standoff between man and shark, and it's all caught on tape. This angry predator, known as a spinner shark, is provoked into defending himself. This slender, fast-swimming fish gets the name spinner for its ability to breach and rotate out of the water. They're often seen prowling the warm waters off the Florida coast. One weekend, Andy was out boarding when he noticed dark shadows of sharks looming beneath the surface. Instead of leaving Mother Nature alone, Andy decided to snag one of the creatures out of sheer curiosity. With a foot-long mullet as bait, Andy has a spinner at the end of his pole in 10 seconds. But this shark is ready for a fight.
He actually pulled us right to the shoreline.
It's a 12-minute tug of war between 160-pound Andy and the 125-pound shark. Finally, Andy's friend Greg Coolwind drags the exhausted shark onto the beach. And Andy cuts the line with his teeth. Now out of the water, the shark will suffocate in a matter of minutes. He's in great distress. Andy knows he's had enough, but his beach buddies want to dislodge the hook from the shark's mouth before they send him back to the water.
Hey, do you have pliers, Andy? We can get that out. Stick your head in there.
Watch what happens when one of them gets too close.
The shark lunged, and it actually got his finger. He was bleeding, and that should have been a warning for us.
Instead, Andy gets on top of the shark, while Greg tries to remove the hook, but the shark is unforgiving. And sinks his razor-sharp teeth into Greg's hand. That's about 40,000 pounds of force per square inch. Greg stayed steady and calm, and actually used his other hand to try to pry the shark's jaw open. The crowd holds its collective breath as Greg eases his left hand across the shark's lower jaw, pries it open, and frees his mangled hand. It does not look good.
That's a lot of blood, dude.
The bite leaves Greg with 8 deep puncture wounds. Unlike the jagged teeth of a great white shark that are lined up in rows and will rip you to pieces like a meat grinder, the teeth in both the upper and lower jaws of a spinner shark are very fine and pointed. They're designed to grasp and catch small bait fish and swallow them whole. The spinner has no serration in its teeth, so luckily for Greg, it's incapable of sawing through or tearing off a human hand. The spinner is sent back to the water with the hook still lodged in his mouth. But the hook will rust away in a matter of weeks with no harm to the shark. Greg was lucky that day. His injuries were minor. He didn't even go to the hospital, and within a matter of hours, he ventured back out into shark territory. But this time, the two Floridian thrill seekers leave Mother Nature alone.
Untamed and uncut.